All right, welcome back to the Fantasy Tippler. I'm so happy it's finally fall weather in Texas, but you can't be fooled. It's only going to be fall until the cold front through, and then all of a sudden it's back summer part two. So we will have 100-degree weather again. It'll be probably the day I host a barbecue. Promise you that's what's going to happen, because God doesn't like me. It's Friday. I'm so happy. Because I'm going to Vegas. I get to be a real tippler. By the way, people have asked me on Twitter, why the hell did you name yourself the Fantasy Tippler? Because I'm a moron. Tippler is an old name, it's an old English name for a drunk. And I like drinking, so two of my favorite things in the world, fantasy football and bourbon. As you can see. So I'm going to Vegas, which hopefully is the last bachelor party that I'll ever go to. Well, hold on. I'm not married. Second to last bachelor party I'll ever go to. So, shout out to my boy Ryan. We're going to have fun. I'm going to be there till Tuesday. So it's going to be a haul. It'll be a good time. I may even skip next week's recording. But let's talk about fantasy. Here's what we got. I am now, in the leagues that I've won, I'm 2-0. There are two leagues where I'm 0-2, and the rest are just 1-1. So, welcome to week 3. Alright, so first thing I wanted to talk about was I told you so segment. Everybody thought I was crazy because I said Zach Wilson sucks after the draft, during the summer, during the off season. I did not like Zach Wilson. I did not like the way he looks. I don't like the way he behaves. And I'm pretty sure he did some bad things to a woman in college. Did I not do my phone? God damn, sorry about that. In the middle of recording too. So, and it proved it. Like, how many interceptions was it? 1,000 interceptions? And I just don't think he has the talent to be an NFL quarterback. And I don't think we'll find that out by next year, but he'll continue to play until well past his prime. He's the next Josh Rosen, that's what I'm saying. But he can throw the ball far. Will Fuller will be back. However, I've got him in like about half my league because he was such a value. And I didn't expect Jalen Waddle to be doing as well as he did this early in his rookie season. But Tua, I'm pretty sure, is not playing. So be careful with that. He's on all my benches for right now. So what's next? Pollard. If Pollard is on your waiver wire, you are in a dumb lead. Pollard looks so good, and Zeke did not look great. And I do have Zeke in one lead, and I couldn't even trade him off. But here's the thing about Pollard. You got to be careful. Keep him on your bench. Don't start him. Here's the reason why. It's an 80-20 split right now. I think the Cowboys are starting to see the talent of Pollard, and he definitely, if you're in Dynasty, if you don't have him, try to go get him. I don't think you'll be able to. But he's going to be a superstar sooner than later. I'm over Zeke. I've always have been. It doesn't sit well with me, even though I have him one of my leagues. But Zeke has 80% of the snap count right now for the running back. Pollard has 20%. Like, I don't know the actual number, but that's pretty much what it breaks down to. And right now, that's not enough for me to start somebody unless you are super desperate. But then it's just a boom bust play. So keep Pollard, get Pollard, keep him on your bench. Next. Carson Wentz, I still don't have any information, even though it's Friday. I'm waiting to see because Michael Pittman finally broke out. I've been stashing him for a while. However, I'm not going to play him unless Carson Wentz is the quarterback. I'm not doing any of those backup quarterbacks. I'm just not doing them. Which is unfortunate because Pascal was going to be kind of a dart throw, wide receiver 4 for me in DFS, excuse me. But I just can't do it. So bench all your Indianapolis wide receivers for now, unless Carson Wentz starts, and then put them all back in. If you drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I think you should bench him unless you are absolutely desperate. I don't like what I see. He's not making big plays. He was a great pass catching running back in college, and I thought Duke was like the best team for him to go to. I blew a first round pick in one of my redraft leagues last year, and it looked like it was going to work so well the first week when he got like 29 points, and then it was just mediocre. I mean, it's just not worth it was worth like a fourth round pick, not like a first round pick. Now he's not even worth a fourth round pick. Unless you are absolutely desperate, like I put him on my bench. You know, you asked me between Melvin Gordon and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and I'm gonna go Melvin Gordon because of the matchup. Even though Melvin Gordon is not doing that great either. So I do have way too much shares of Melvin Gordon in all the dynasty league too. So what's next? Urban Meyer. I put this in my notes because I thought it was hilarious. Urban Meyer was caught on camera saying NFL is like playing Alabama every week or something along those lines. And I was like, you fucking morons. What did you think it was going to be like? I mean, that is just a childish way of saying it. I'm sure he was joking. But then I found out he actually said that in like a preseason press conference or like somewhere along the same lines. And I'm like, dude, I dropped like Chenault in like 2 leads. Just dropped him. I picked up somebody else. Just because I was like, I don't want anything to do with him now. He's going to get his ass whooped, and they're going to figure out how to like continue to beat his ass, and it's just going to get ugly. So I feel bad for Trevor Lawrence, who does not look good. He's like the first time he's ever looked bad playing football since he was 12 years old. So, all right. So week 3, talk a little strategy here before we dive into trades and stuff like that. Week 3, I'm for the leagues that I'm not doing well in. I've already made some drastic changes. We'll talk about the trades in a minute. But week 3 is the last week to stash anybody, and the reason being is if you have somebody like a Chenault, like a Pittman, or Marquise Callaway, or Darnell Mooney, this is the last week. If they don't show significant improvement or significant production, they're gone for somebody else that's starting to break out. And I've got a whole list of them. Tim Patrick is still on the waiver wire in some of my leagues. I'm just like, man, I want him, but I'm still waiting on all these these little diamond in the rough that I drafted. So week 3 is the last week. However, between now and the start of week 4, you should have spent about 50% of your fab money if you have one of those free agent acquisition budget or also known as fab. The reason being, having a lot of fab money towards the end of the season is worthless. Like the waiver wire gets dry around week 7, so you always want to keep about 50% blown in the first 4 weeks, and then keep a good chunk of it for between week 6 and 7, because you kind of start seeing people, dump people too early for lack of production in week 5. Then all of a sudden they boom in week 6. You grab them in week 7. But week 7, 8, like the waiver wire is dry. If you have more than $50 of fab budget, you either draft it perfectly or you do not know how to play fantasy football. I would leave about 10% of your total fab budget for as we get closer to playoff, because you're going to want to throw $1 out or $2 or $3 whenever there's a streaming option like a defense or something that you just want to throw a buck out to make sure you get it. That was a strategy that worked very well for me last year, even though I got second place everywhere. Fucking Alvin Kamara. I still have nightmares about how Alvin Kamara killed me in 6 leagues last year for champion. I could have swept last year. So frustrating. Oh, God, it makes me want to be here already. Nope, gotta wait till I get on the plane. All right, so let's talk about trades. So the recap for this week was 4 win out of 9, which is not great, but I'm only 0-2 in 1 lead. So, and it's the lead, it's that damn fucking Australian lead. MyFantasyLeague.com. Fuck you. Come at me. Alright, trades. So, I didn't like the way I got started. I could see right away that I need to make some big changes quickly. So Big Ben in my dynasty league was the first impulse trade I did. I was so angry, and I was on the lead chat on Streepo, one of my favorite platforms nowadays. By the way, please sponsor me. And when he threw that first pick, I got on the lead and I was like, fuck Big Ben, I'm getting rid of him. Somebody sent me a draft pick, and the first trade offer I got was I'm sorry. First trade offer I got was for the people who aren't on YouTube. That was my alarm clock going off for some fucking reason. Was for Big Ben for Cam Newton, and I said no, I'm done. And they get the Superflex Dynasty League. Like, quarterbacks are very valuable, and I don't know if they meant it as a joke, but I was just done. And Cam Newton, definitely done. I don't want anything to do with him either. And so I saw that he had like one draft pick left for next year's rookie draft, fourth round pick. And I said, give me a fourth round pick for Big Ben. Everybody's like, why didn't you at least try to get a third? I'm like, I didn't want to deal with him anymore. And I'm happy with that decision. I really am. Y'all might call me a moron, but I'm the fantasy tippler and I make impulsive, drunk decisions. So Big Ben is no longer on my radar. I never want to talk to him again. I never want to talk about him again. Oh, wait, I do this for a living. Damn it. All right. Next thing I did. I did a trade for, I think it was in the Megala Bowl with the fantasy footballers. Probably one of the biggest fantasy football tournaments in the world, as far as I know. They proclaim it to be, and I think I kind of agree with them. So I picked up Joe Burrow off the waiver wire. I needed to move Mike Davis because even though running backs are valuable because there just aren't a lot to go around in that particular league. And I wanted to see if I needed a quarterback. I thought Jameis Winston might break out again, like more yardage for more points, and I wanted to take a big swing and buy low on Brandon Ayuk, who I still think is going to break out. I'm just we were so disappointed by how he's starting the season. He's still a lot of talent, but everything's going to Deebo Samuel, and Cal Shanahan sucks. So, the trade was for Jameis Winston, Brandon Ayuk for Joe Burrow, and Mike Davis. We have yet to see if that trade works out because after Sunday, I dropped Jameis Winston and picked up Kirk Cousins, who hopefully will do something for me, and Joe Burrow didn't do anything either. So it was just basically Mike Davis for Brandon Ayuk, which I was okay with because I needed some wide receiver help going later into the season. Next was a little bit more strategy. In the same lead, I have George Kittle, and after trading away Davis, I wanted to really kind of like beef up my midseason team. So I took George Kittle, who a lot of people were predicting to break out this week, and I traded him for Darrell Henderson and Courtland Sutton. Courtland Sutton is one of my favorite wide receivers this year. I have him in every league possible. Darrell Henderson, I got him at a little bit of the value because he's hurt, probably won't play, may play, I don't know, but I needed a running back after getting rid of Mike Davis, and I'm a fan of Darrell Henderson. I just don't think he is going to be anything more than like a low-end RB2, so that's what I wanted. So hopefully he stays healthy, and I start winning some games in this freaking league. All right. Is my cell phone going to go off again? Fucking bastard. All right. So, this week, I'm going to try a couple things. I'm going to tell you who I'm streaming in a lot of the leagues, and then I'm going to tell you about my perfect DFS path. So, the things that you should always feel very, very comfortable and be very water on flexing is quarterback, tight ends, kicker, defense, especially kicker defense. Quarterbacks, is because there's so many of them that can pop any week. And tight end, it's like outside of the top 3 was just Travis Kelce, Dan Waller, and TJ Hawkinson. I fucking love that I got him anyway in the 6th round. Anyway, so now after that, it's hit and miss. Like, I mean, somebody played Max Williams from Arizona last week, and he popped. And I was like, oh, good for you. I never saw that coming, but I picked him up. So, this week's streaming, quarterback, Sam Darnold. Why not? Why the fuck not? I hope you did it before Thursday's game last night. Sorry I'm late recording this. I had to turn in a research paper for my NBA this week, and that was more important. But Sam Darnold was my streaming option, and that went well. My number one streaming option is Kirk Cousins. I picked him up in about 4 of my leagues where I needed quarterbacks, so I have a streaming quarterback option. And moving on, tight ends. Joe Everett is one of my favorites. I think he's going to pop this week and this week only. I have Will Driscoll on my bench, and I keep waiting for him to finally get back to the mountain man he is, but I don't know. If he doesn't do anything this week, I may actually drop him for somebody else in my dynasty league. Dawson Knox is my big stream of the week. I think he's going to get like a solid 9 points. So if you're desperate, he's always on the waiver wire because you never get more than like 3 points per game. So kicker of the week, if he's on your waiver wire, pick him up and then leave him on your team. Daniel Carlson. That man has a leg, and the Raiders like to kick. Just get him and keep him. I don't even care if you have like Justin Tucker. Just get him and keep him. All right, defense. Carolina defense. Hope you got them. They did good. Carolina, baby. But my defense of the week is Las Vegas. In honor of the town I'm going to in a couple of hours. I love the defensive line. The secondary has really stepped up, and their play calling has gotten better. So grab them. Then you may be able to ride them for a while, too. All right. What else we got? DFS. All right. So I'm going to try this thing now. I swear to God, that cell phone goes off. I'm going to tell you what, based on Yahoo and DraftKings, what was affordable within their price structure of what I think will pop this week. All right. So quarterback is Kyler Murray. You're going to overpay for that, but I love the matchup, and I'm just hoping they don't get so far ahead that they basically bench him, which does happen sometimes. Sometimes the matchup is too good. All right, so Kyler Murray is the quarterback. Your two running backs are Chase Edmonds, just in case he does get a lot of they slow the pace of the game, and they just run him to the ground. I thought about putting James Conner in, but I don't know. Chase Edmonds seems like a safer bet, and he wasn't that expensive. This one may actually throw some people off. I actually, for the first time, like Saquon Barkley. I almost said Charles Barkley. Saquon Barkley. And the reason being, because now he's a value. He's not that expensive. This is the game. You slowly see him increasing in usage, and this is the game for him to pop. And hopefully he will. So Barkley, Edmonds on the cheaper side, so you can afford Kyler Murray. Now, wide receivers, I want a little weird. So Mike Williams from LA Chargers. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game against Tampa Bay. And I know Tampa Bay is known to have a really good defense, but their secondary gives up a lot of yards, like over 200, actually 250 in the last couple games. And I think Mike Williams, as long as he's healthy, he will put up points. Please don't let me be the game where he gets hurt. All right, Courtland Sutton. I want him everywhere. I'm putting him again. As long as Jerry Jeudy's out, I'm probably going to play him until he gets too expensive, and I like the matchup a lot. And then, in order to afford my tight end, I went cheap, and I got Marvin Jones, who's been consistent. He's pretty much the only viable player on that team. And that leads us to our tight end. T.J. Hawkinson, why would you not put him on that? Like, I'll pay up for him. He's consistent, and the matchup is good. For my flex for DFS is Tyson Williams. I was concerned about this one. I've been flip-flopping on this between him and Elijah Mitchell, and I don't know what Mitchell's status is, and I'm going to be in Vegas, and I'm worry that I'm not going to check it in time. So Tyson Williams matchup is good. Hopefully they continue to use him as the lead of the running back committee, but we'll see. And then I had the Panthers as my defense, but if you put it up, you wait until the last minute. Like I said, Vegas, baby. They're still they're starting to get a little expensive. I think it was $16 last time on Yahoo or something. But let's just say you can't get the Panthers. Then I would go. I have to go the Bears, maybe. Go bottom basement on the thing. The Bears or the Saints. Whatever's more affordable for you. So, all right. Well, that's it. I got to get my pinstripe suit on and my fedora with a feather hat on and go have some fun. You guys take it easy. See y'all next time.